it's just a little tutorial about building shader for Giant Editor. Excuse me. I'm not going to cover too much about the diffuse or making a model. I'm not going to cover anything about it actually. I'm just going to cover the UVs, creating a second UV for the use of the buildingShader mask. So basically this, if you've already prepared your model, you've already made it, you've already got UV mapped onto your diffuse, you should have something which looks similar to this. Now what we need to do is we need to create another UV. Now to do that, you click on this icon up here next to the materials, and then come down to UV maps, and all we're going to do is just add another UV map. Now at the moment you're probably thinking it's done nothing, and well it has. It's duplicated this UV, but what we need to do is we need to take that one off, making sure that you're on this map here, and rename it actually second, just so you know which ones is which. UV map original, UV map second. Making sure you select it on second, just remove that map, and then what it does is it just completely removes the diffuse model from the diffuse map from your model. You end up with a bit of a mess because it does need to be UV remapped again. Again, that's down to yourself, preference, but what you could probably do is just either unwrap it, smart unwrap, give yourself a little bit of a margin, 6mm, not the best UV map, preferably you'd be better off selecting things and UV map itself. You could also probably use a light pack, that would work, again making yourself a decent margin between each one, but I'm not going to use any of these. I'm literally going to, I've already prepared one, I'm going to load that one in a second. But that's all you need to do, that's your second UV, and that's how to create it. It's entirely up to you how you UV map it. Again, I'm not really going to cover that. I'll close this down and load my second one in. So this is how I've done mine. Again, not the best, but good enough for this tutorial. So once you've got your UV in, what we need to do is we need to create an image for here, or make a new image. So click on image, new image, give it a name. I'll use buildingShader test, shader mask, just so I know what it is. 1024, 1024, you can leave that. You can even go to 4096, 4096, but I prefer 2048, 2048. Leave them the same and just create that. Once we've got this created, we've put that mask onto there. You can see the original's still there, so that's your first UV, and this is now going to be your second one. Once we've done this, we'll need to now bake ambient occlusion onto this model, because it's the ambient occlusion that's going to carry the information for your buildingShader. So with that done, I'm going to world, make sure you've got ambient occlusion ticked, and then it's your sample rate that is down to quality and how much you can see. 25 makes it quite smooth. I don't think you really want to be going about 25. I think it starts off at 5, but I'm going to do 11. Basically, the more samples, the smoother the pattern becomes here. The less samples, the more rough it becomes. You need a bit of a rough look for your shader, so we'll go for in between. Once you've done that and you've got that set, come onto the bake icon, scroll all the way down. I prefer to untick that. I prefer this black bean on. Make sure you're on ambient occlusion, and then just bake. Should only take a couple of seconds for it to actually bake through. All it's doing is putting this information in here, and then it'll be transferring it over onto your model in a second. You will also notice that I'm in Blender Render. I prefer to do all this in Blender Render and then change the cycles in a second, because it will not, for some reason, it'll not export in Blender Render. So I prefer to do it this way. I'll show you what I've got to do, but I am in Blender Render for this. Now that that's on, you can see all the dark little patches, these crevices here, all that is going to be your information. That's what you see on some models. We're going to play about with the settings so that you're not seeing all of this, but we'll play about with the settings. Again, what I'll show you in a moment, it's all down to settings, so have a bit of a play about with it, see what you best prefer. If you like all this stuff, then put it on, but you'll see a lot of maps where they just use it around a building, they'll just use it around this area here. They'll not have any information on here, or they'll have very little here. A lot of them have tracks of it going along here. They usually put it on the edges. Again, you could play about in a paint program to get that effect on there if you wanted to, but this is just a simple test to show you exactly how it's working. Right, so once that's done, we've got the map. I'm just going to save that as buildingShader. I'm going to go to desktop and where I'm working at. I'm working in this particular place here, so just save that. Right, so once that's done, I need to export this so I can put it all together. And to do that, I just need to get rid of the material off, not the second diffuse, second UV. I need it off the first one, so select the first one, go on edit mode, grab the texture, just remove it, grab the material and remove that as well. So I've now got no material on this model in Blender Render, even though you can still see it, there's no material there. It's just carrying it on until something else comes in. Remove that out of there, so you've got nothing in the panel. Now Giant's i3D exporter, I'm having issues with that as well, without going into it too much. It's just not sending this information over here. Might be something I'm doing wrong. I'll sort it out later maybe, but I'm just using this export over here at the moment. Just close that down. I've tried save current and all the rest of the stuff, it just will not save the information that I require. I'll look into it in a bit. So once we've got that, we now need to change that to cycles render. As you can see, material's completely gone. UVs are still there. The UVs are still there for the second one. As you can see, they're completely different. Come out of there, and then go back into object mode. You can just press tab to tab in and out of both. Now what I need to do is just create another material for this one. Just call it buildingShader. Don't need any text here because I can just sort that out in a minute. Once I've got it here, I just need to export it. Oh, actually it doesn't. Make sure you're in object mode. Come into modifier, add a modifier, edge split, and apply. Once you've got that in, file, export, Giant i3D, desktop, shader testing. Again, you might have this in a you should have anyway, in a completely different area. I'm just going to export that there. Minimize that down. Now, I want to show you how to make a normal map and a specular from this diffuse. You need a PNG file, so hence the reason this is out here. Now for my normal maps at cheat, I'm using www.smart.page.net smart normal. It does the thing, it does the trick, it does what I need to do. Just drag this PNG file in for your diffuse, and you can play about with the bias, with how much information it sends over or whatever. You can, again, preference, it's all down to yourself. I prefer 50, and then just save. Once you've gotten it in this area, just grab it with the left mouse and drag it onto your desktop. Close that down because we don't need it anymore. Drag that into your textures, open your textures. Now open this with paint.net. You could use Photoshop, whichever you want. I'm using paint.net. All we've got to do with this is just save it as a DDS file. So I'll just go on ahead of myself. So file, save as, change the PNG to DDS. And you need to change this name to whichever, like say you don't need buildingShader, diffuse or anything, or normal. You can choose any name you want. buildingShader mask. Oh, no it's not. It's normal. DXT1. There's only two now. There used to be three. There used to be DDX3 and DDX5. DDX3 they don't accept anymore. DDX1 is basically just for non-alpha diffuse. DDX5 is for alpha diffuse and alpha. So it's a mixture of the two. That would be just alpha. Actually no, it wouldn't. It would do alpha and diffuse as well. But they're getting rid of it. They don't use it. They just use DDX5 or DDX1. Keep calling it DDX. It's not, it's DXT. So we are wanting DXT1 for this. Generate bitmaps. I choose super sampling. You can have fand, bilinear, or bicubic, or whichever. But like I say, super sampling. Now we've got that as the normal, and that's a DDS. So we need to delete the PNG one. Remember, DDS is the files that's accepted. Now to create a specular. Open that with paint.net. The reason why it's obviously DDS and I've got mine on auto open. So for specular we need to make some RGBs, so red, green and blue channel. We need two versions of this, so duplicate layer once. There's our two, and we need to add 4 separate layers. Blanks, not separate. And one of these needs to go into the red channel, which is that area there, and the other one needs to go into the green. The blue channel doesn't carry any information, so that's blue and this becomes black. So untick all these boxes, and with the bottom one selected, select your fill tool, and we're doing that black. Untick this box, select your blue. This is going to be a blue channel, so we're going to change this to blue. Now in paint.net, for some reason if you pick on one of these, they can have different green channel or red channel information on. You need to get rid of that. If it is up on 33, whichever, just make sure it's down, and then just use this button here, add the palette. It'll start flashing on here, and then just select which one you want to change it over as, and then just select that, and that will make sure that this is blue channel 255. Green and red should be 0. Same with the green, should be 255, 0 on the blue channel and 0 on the red channel. Again, if it's not, just add it in, remove it and add it. And the red channel 25500. Minimize that down. Now with all the colours in place, we now just need to get the information on the background, which is your diffuse. So with the diffuse selected, we need to come up to adjustments, hue and saturation, and just take the saturation all the way down to 0. Same with this one, untick that one, adjustments, hue and saturation, on 0, select. On this one we're going to fetch the curves, which is going to deal with the light. This is the glossiness of the materials. If you've got a diffuse that's got wood, a cladding sort of effect and tiles, these tiles should sort of obtain some sort of glossiness. These on the other hand, not so much. These will be pretty much dull with specular. So in fairness, these should be on a separate one than this, or you can use a mask to try and cover it later on to try and get this shininess off. Alternatively, you can just fetch, that would be nice shine, that'd be full shine. This is no shine. So a happy medium between the two. I think we'll take it about there. Again, it's all down to preference. That would be no shame whatsoever, which would be no information, full information. It means everything will be white. So we'll play about with it, see what's best for yourself. You don't have to follow what I'm doing on this particular thing anyway. Once that's done, untick that box, the information's done. Now we need to join them all together. So with the blue area, the blue layer, sorry, with these two selected, double click on the blue layer, or alternatively you could make sure that's selected and open the layers properly there. Either way, they both work exactly the same. Click on normal area and you need to multiply and click OK. Use this tool here for to merge them together. Untick it, select the two in the green area. Make sure you're selected onto the green, double click and multiply. Again, merge them together. Untick, select these two, select the red one, double click, multiply, merge down. Once you've got the three areas in, which is your RGB, click your middle one, which is your green, making sure you're still on the top red, click that and then additive. OK, and then merge down. Doing the same for this one. Make sure you double click on the green, additive, merge down with that. Once them's all done, you just need to export that. A horrible colour that. Save as DDS, and we're saving this as a specular. So just remove that diffuse and specular. DXT1, generate my maps and super assembly. Once that's done, you've got all your three files in there that you need. We now need to just do the mesh. The mesh folder is this one. Simply open that with paint.net. Again, we need 2 copies of that and then 4 separate layers. Difference with this one is the red layer is not going to have any information in this one this time. So just grab that and then move that up one. So this now is going to be a black channel. Untick them. Let's start with red. Make sure to select your filter, do it all the time. So select this one, untick your red, and we want that in black. Select that one, untick that one, we want this one in green. Untick that one, select that one, and we want that in blue. Right, now to do the background, the information on these. This is where it gets slightly different. Adjustments. And we'll just go straight to curves. And basically what we want is to need this information gone from here. Or we need very little there. We need it to bleed through. So just fetch that down. And just take the lightness up a little bit. You can take it up even more if you wanted to. The more you take it up, the less information that comes through. So again, preference, it's up to you, it's entirely up to you which way you want to do it. We'll just go for that one for a test. So it's this area here, you can see the high white. That's what you're not going to see. This area here, you're going to see a little bit bleeding through. We'll take that one. And on this one, this is going to be your dirt. First of all, you need to invert the colours. These is going to be your dirt areas. White's always your dirt. Now the brightness and contrast. Take your brightness right down and fetch your contrast right up. As you can see, it's starting to come through. This is the area that you're actually going to get your dirt from. Fetch it up a little bit more. Doesn't have to be perfect. Like I say, it's just a test to show you. This area here, I like the colour black. Again, preference, you don't have to. It's just to take the information away. Because it's not actually going to put it onto the dirt area. Because shouldn't be where the model is. You prefer to get it out of the way. Right, so once that's all done, don't take that. I just want to quickly show you this one. This area here, the red mask, carries moss, like a moss effect. That's your dirt, which is little spots. This is moss. I'll quickly show you. So come on to here and just turn the opacity down, making sure that you're still selected on there and you have got that ticked. Well, actually you would need that tick because you wouldn't see it anyway. So make sure you got that tick, but that box is the one that's selected. Need to select a brush. I'm just going to put a few patterns on just so that you know that they're there. Oh, we do need to be in white. Sorry, so delete. Take that. So make sure that you're in white. Again, you don't, this is just irrelevant really, it's just to show you. So once that's done, just double click on that, take the opacity back up, you can take these two off, making sure you select these two. Again, very similar to making a specular, just double click on that, multiply, okay. See the blue areas now, that's roughly where you're going to get your dirt pattern. Join them together, merge down, untake that, join these two together, multiply, okay, merge down, untake that, select these two, select your red layer, multiply, merge down, and same again, merge these two together, additive, merge down, and again select the bottom layer, select that one, additive, merge down. Once that's done, that can be saved as DDS as well. Oh. Making sure to merge them down. Should be one complete file there. If it is two, it'll tell you it wants to save it as a PN file because it isn't collapsed together. Save as DDS buildingShader mask. Now we'll put it into there and then just take that 001 off. DXT1 again with mipmaps, and that's it. Once we've done that, we should have all 4 files in there that we need. Open your cube test. You will get the warning in the console for the i3D containing binary. Again, if you've been doing models, you will know that save as, once you're finished, save as binary i3D, obviously give it a name. You can actually select, if you go into desktop, shader testing, you can actually just click that, but make sure you click the binary. Once you've saved it, make sure you close this without saving. That'll get rid of the binary i3D and give you a shapes file as well. So, right, get these diffuse on. So with create light first so you can see what's happening. So top mode, albedo diffuse, which is that one there, and close it down. You can see it's starting to come through there now. Gloss map, which is your specular. The specular you just created, open that and then close that down, and you will see, what I was saying before, it just adds a little bit shine but not too much. It will still add shine, which is probably way too much for walls and stuff like that, but let's see, another map would create that. Normal map, open that and add that, and then close that down. That adds it. Now, as I was saying before, mine isn't creating a rigid body shape. Custom save. That's in there now. Now to add a shader. So you got to direct this to your program files. So we'll click on there, open your replace on add new shader, go into your local disk, program files 86, farming simulator, data, shaders, building shader. Leave that one as none. It just literally stops on at none. And then go down the bottom. It's this file here that you need to change. So click on there, open that, now direct it back to your new made mask. And once you've made this mask, this is now going to come on as an ambient occlusion. Again, as you can see, that's definitely got a moss effect. And bubble in the back. And there's your ambient dirt down here. There's a lot of it on there, look. Again, playing with the settings, it'll get this a lot better, and making a nice UV map. Because really all that part there should be covered in. And you, like I say, you could add it sorts along the edges. Again, playing with the UV map will sort all that out. Can't really see too much on here, but it is there. You can't see too much, but that was all down to the settings of putting curve on. You can reduce the curve to give you more of effect around here. Again, it's just playing with it. You can definitely see it on there. There, that's the effect you're getting. But again, you will need to excuse me, play around with the settings to get the look like after. And that's the building shader. Thanks for watching.